Good afternoon and welcome to our Covenant Healthcare sponsored pregame show on Bay County TV. Jeff Doan, glad to have you along today for this game of two undefeateds in the Tri-Valley. The Pinconning area Spartans are at 7-0 in the conference, and the Garber Dukes at 6-0 in the conference. They are 15-5 overall, and 9-2 for the Casey Pashik-led Pinconning area Spartans. Pitching will be the key word of this game today, as both teams are throwing great pitchers, as Carson Kopaszewski will be throwing for the Garber Dukes, and Darren Labine will start the game for the Pinconning area Spartans. It'll be interesting to see how many pitches Labine throws, though, because Pinconning, with another doubleheader tomorrow, may limit his pitch count. So we'll have to see how the game transpires and how much time he gets on the mound. But with the way the wind is blowing and the ball's going to stay in the yard, I don't see anything leaving the yard, but should be a fun game tonight as the coach, John Jesmanka, gets his club ready, along with first-year coach Casey Pashik. So sit back, relax, and enjoy high school baseball from Dow Diamond, coming right back at you in just a moment.
Where did this rash come from?
Hold on, let me see. Could be bed bugs.
Oh. Mom, Grant says I have bed bugs.
Let's see what the doctor says.
Introducing Covenant Virtual Care. Real-time video doctor visits, e-prescriptions, and follow-up. Now extraordinary care comes to you.
See, it's just poison ivy. Smart advanced.
Learn more at covenantvirtualcare.com.
Good afternoon and welcome to Dow Diamond. Jeff Doan along with you for the second day in a row. We've got two of the best in the county going at it today, as the Garber Dukes and the Pinconning area Spartans will be playing a double dip here this afternoon. First pitch of the game from Kopaszewski is a little bit down and in the dirt. 1 ball and no strikes. Hunter McGillen, the center fielder, on that second pitch, just a little bit low and outside. Carson Kopaszewski misses with his first two offerings. The windup and the pitch. A little low and inside this time. Kopaszewski in warming up was nothing but filling it up in the strike zone. He starts off with 3 straight balls in a row. He's got some work to do on the first hitter. First pitch is a strike now. 3 balls and 1 strike. Hunter McGillen, again the center fielder, up first for the Pinconning area Spartans. There's a ball hit in the hole and scampers into left field just by Tommy Shapansky. Even had he been able to pick that up, he would have had a hard time getting the speedy Hunter McGillen out at first. So great start for the Pinconning area Spartans.
Now for Pinconning, number 29.
Darren Labine, the pitcher, will hit second. As McGillen on first base wastes no time in taking off. And he is out at second base. He overslid the bag. And a very heads-up play that time by Spencer Mahar. Gets the tag. And 1 out. As McGillen just had a little bit too much speed going into second. Maybe could have started that slide a split second sooner to end up on the base, but he definitely had that base stolen. So that'll be something to watch and see if they're going to continue to try, if they get people on base, to test the catchers. That's Camden Fisher, to see his arm and what it's all about. There's a foul ball. Lots of room here at Dow Diamond, but that one goes about 7 or 8 rows back into the seats. 1 ball, 1 strike, and 1 out with nobody on base here for Pinconning in the top of the first. Kopaszewski's back now with nobody on base. Able to work out of the windup. A great off-speed pitch at 75 miles an hour. And that is the second out.
View.
Mason View now comes up with 2 outs and nobody on. Hitting in the number 3 hole and playing first base. Again, another 72-mile-an-hour pitch, and Kwapaszewski, after throwing 3 straight balls, seems to settle in here, and he has another off-speed pitch at 73 miles an hour. View can't connect with that. And the catcher runs out for a minute. Camden Fisher gets halfway out there. Kwapaszewski says, "I'm reading your mind. I know exactly what you need. We got this." As View hits one to left field that will drop just in front of Eric Fournier. So View on an 0-2 pitch. Kwapaszewski tried to slide that fastball up in the zone. Mason View was ready for it. Nice line drive into left field. Now Colin Sackrider, freshman, hits in that cleanup spot. Let's see if he's looking off speed here to start with. Fastball on the outside corner. Great pitch that time from Carson Kwapaszewski. Colin Sackrider waits on the offering. It's a little bit low. 1 ball and 1 strike. View hasn't shown any ability to want to take off here as of yet. Made just an extra half step. I think Kwapaszewski caught him out of the corner of his eye and said, "I better toss it to first base and see if we can get his uniform just a little dirty." 1 ball, 1 strike, and just a little tardy on a outside fastball. 1 ball and 2 strikes with 2 outs. Colin Sackrider waiting on the offering from Kwapaszewski. That is outside. They say he went around, though, and it will be strike 3 at the end of the first half inning. It's Pinconning nothing, and Garber coming up to bat. Back in a moment on Bay County TV. AAA Transport and Limousine is the Great Lakes Bay region's most reliable and requested transportation service. For over a decade, we have been helping our clients to get to their destination on time, in style, and comfort. AAA's services include non-emergency medical transport, wheelchair accessible, school transportation, and shuttle services. We strive to provide exceptional customer service and tailor our fleet to meet your individual needs. Rest assured that you are in safe hands when you ride with AAA Transport and Limousine. To set up your next appointment, give us a call at 989-893-8294. Back here for the bottom of the first inning. Kwapaszewski up to bat. And he will be going against Darren Labine, the pitcher for Pinconning. First pitch is a 67-mile-an-hour off-speed breaking ball that stayed just a little bit inside. Ball 1. Labine comes back with a fastball on the outside part of the plate. Just outside, 2 balls and no strikes. See what happens here on the 2-0 offering. Right down the middle, a lazy fly ball. And it's going to be taken by Blake Schumann in right field. He calls off the center fielder, Hunter McGillen. Great communication in the outfield. 1 up and 1 down in the bottom of the first.
Garber, number 15, Van Ogden.
So up next is Jamison Van Ogden, number 15. He'll bat from the left side. Again, just a little bit outside. The off-speed offering at 64 miles an hour. Not quite got the feel for that off-speed pitch yet this early on in the first inning. Ball on the inside third. Nice job that time of fighting it off. As Jamison Van Ogden. 1 ball and 1 strike. There's another lazy fly ball to center field. Hunter McGillen took a couple of steps back, and that big northeasterly breeze brought that ball back in. He had to come and make the old basket catch. Made it look routine, though. 2 up and 2 down in the first inning. Logan Hugo will be the batter, center fielder. Nice looking curveball, and that was another 65-mile-an-hour offering. I'll spit it out here. Great job as we get to look out on the scoreboard and see the miles per hour on every pitch. No, I'm not just with great eyeballs. Potential souvenir coming right back here. Almost got Nick Page. If he could have reached forward, he'd have had himself a souvenir. No balls and 2 strikes with 2 outs. That's all right. You know, your hands are too valuable to be catching one of those foul balls. You just keep on doing your great job with the filming. That ball low and inside. Braden O'Brien smothers the pitch. 1 ball and 2 strikes with 2 outs here in the bottom of the first inning. Logan Hugo hitting in that number 3 spot. Very explosive hitter. A little tap going to second base. And going to be safe. As Noah Clairhout bobbled the ball for a step, and Hugo with great speed going to first base. Got there a half step before the throw.
Now batting for Garber, McMartin.
Grant McMartin will be the cleanup hitter, and he is the designated hitter for the game. Another batter that's got good pop in his bat. Little token toss back over to first base. Darren Labine just wanting Hugo to know that he realizes he's over there. Comes Labine with the offering. Another opportunity gobbled up this time by Noah Clairhout, and that will do it for the bottom of the first inning. At the end of 1, no score in the ball game between the Pinconning area Spartans and the Garber Dukes. Back in a moment for the second inning on Bay County TV.
All right, now you're just like Danny, huh?
They'll probably never know about his thousands of hours of on-the-job training,
Here you go, Daddy.
or that he spent as much time in the classroom as someone with a master's degree. You and I know he's one of the experts when it comes to electricity, part of a team committed to doing the job right. They call him Dad. You call him the electrician right down the street. IBEW, the power professionals in your neighborhood.
Welcome back to the top of the second inning, as Herner will bat first for the Pinconning area Spartans. He's the number 5 hitter in the DH. Herner with a sky-high ball behind, backstop, and gets into about the 4th or 5th row. Camden Fisher came back for that, and he was feeling like he had to run the 40-yard dash to get back to the wall. That ball just went a few rows into the seats. No balls and 1 strike. Inside on an off-speed offering at 69 miles an hour. As we had an opportunity a minute ago to look at those flags, and they're really blowing that northeasterly wind. It's really making things rock around here. You can hear the wind whistling around as it's 2 balls and 1 strike. As Brevin Herner, with a good eye, takes that pitch, though, and it's called strike 2, so 2 balls and 2 strikes. Outside third of the plate, 71-mile-an-hour offering. And Brevin Herner Comes up empty for the strikeout. Braden O'Brien with that first pitch in for a strike. Again, very tough to see the numbers on the Pinconning area Spartans as they're white with a very light outline just outside. 1 ball and 1 strike with 1 out here in the top of the second. Dakota Mays up to bat. Oh, nice off-speed curveball at 70 miles an hour. And that had Dakota Mays thinking that ball was coming a little too close. That front foot steps out just a little bit, the hips open. You really can't get much out of it on the outside. 2 balls and 2 strikes. Nice job that time by Camden Fisher. He was trying to do a little freeze frame on the corner, but the ball just a little bit too far outside. It's a little soft liner right straight to the second baseman. Spencer Mahar made it look routine. 2 up and 2 down to start the top of the second. Now hitting in the 7th position, the shortstop, DJ Levine. There's a little 2-hopper right straight to the shortstop. Making it look easy is Drew Charter. And it's 3 up and 3 down. Nobody is left on base. It will be 0-0 going into the bottom of the second inning. Back in a moment on Bay County TV. Village Towing and Auto Repair of Kaukaulin and Bay City is here to help you in your hour of need with fast and friendly service. With over 30 years of towing experience, we know how to get the job done quickly and safely. From big to small, we do it all. Give us a call at 989-684-9607 for all your towing needs. Back here at the bottom of the second inning, boy, it's only about 20 after 5 in the afternoon. The lights have been on for about a half hour already. Jeff Doan, glad to have you along on Bay County TV this afternoon, as it is just a heavily overcast day. There was a big threat of rain in the area, but it dissipated just prior to getting to Down Diamond, wanting these young people to be able to play ball and enjoy the day and not have it cut short by rain. So we look to be pretty clear from this point on. That ball just headed back towards my car, as Nick Page so duly pointed. I didn't hear anything go crash. Otherwise, I'll be calling my agent here tomorrow saying, I don't know what happened. As that ball may have gotten away from the pitcher because it was just slightly inside. It's Camden Fisher, the batter. On the outside corner. Camden Fisher, the catcher for Garber. Hitting in that number 5 spot. 3 balls and 1 strike. Darren Levine had that ball right across the plate, just had it a little bit low. Another pitch low, and Camden Fisher gets the free pass.
Number 17, Kukla.
Our home plate umpire says something to the third base umpire. Might have been the fact that Camden Fisher may have taken off prior to hearing whether or not it was ball number 4. I think he was trying to help the call, and that doesn't always bode well. If in fact that's what it was, I don't like to speculate, but that's the only thing that I can think may have happened. There's a lazy fly ball into right field. Blake Schumann has it played perfectly for the first out of the bottom of the second inning. First pitch is a little bit low. And just a little bit high and outside again. 2 balls and no strikes. One down in the bottom of the second inning. That pitch right on the outside corner, painted perfectly by Darren Levine. Great pitcher's pitch on a 2-0 count. It's 2 balls and 1 strike. Taking his time right down the middle on the inside third. It's 2 balls and 2 strikes. Darren Levine fighting back from a 2-0 count, now making it 2 balls and 2 strikes with 1 out in the bottom of the second inning. Ball hit right up the middle. And the out is not made as it's bobbled at first base. And Levine at short had to make a decision whether he thought that he could get to second base. He wasn't positive he could do it. Took what he thought was going to be the sure out. And now Casey Paschik is going to come out and have a little confab, as they'll have 2 runners on with less than 2 outs. So the infield fly rule is in effect. That's his first trip to the mound of 5. So he wants to make sure that everybody's on the same page. Is it going to be a quick pitching change? We'll have to wait and hear exactly who they've got coming in. As well as looking to see what the defensive alignment changes will be. Looks like Campo will be the new pitcher. And I'm thinking what's happening is Pinconning has another doubleheader tomorrow, so I think that there was a definite pitch count on Darren Levine, and they did not want him to throw too many innings and pitches today and not be able to potentially throw tomorrow. So they brought Campo in.
Now pitching for Pinconning, number 25, Campo.
A little southpaw delivery. As the first pitch is fouled off. Way outside on the next pitch. Got 1 ball, 1 strike, and 1 out. Campo with a nice 73-mile-an-hour pitch is ahead of the count. 1 ball and 2 strikes. Defense is set. Pitch just outside. 2 balls and 2 strikes. Again, bottom of the second inning. On On the 2-2 count, ball is just foul. It's Eric Fournier has a 2-ball, 2-strike count. Runners not in motion. That off-speed delivery at 58 miles an hour is high and outside. So it will be a full count right now with 1 out. Let's see if Coach Jesmonka has the runners in motion. Long fly ball, but it is pulled foul and goes over into the buffet area, the patio. Great spot to be watching Loons baseball. It's got a little overhang so that you can get out of the heat and the weather if you're inclined. Again, back to the 3-2 pitch. And ball 4. So the bases are full.
Now batting for Garber, number 6, third baseman, Mahar.
Spencer Mahar will be up right now with the bases loaded. Spencer hits in that number 9 position. Great multi-sport athlete, as he is the quarterback on the basketball team, the point guard. He jumps on the first pitch and hits it into left field. Coming to the plate, there's going to be a play. And he's going to be safe at home plate. So 2 runs scored. Spencer Mahar very heads up as he takes off for second base. So Garber has got a nice rally going right now, as they still only have 1 out. Carson Kwapaszewski will be the leadoff hitter. He hits one right to shortstop, and that's going to be a double play. It's not getting back to tag up in time. Very nice job that time by Levine, and what looked like it could have been a very explosive inning. Pinconning only surrenders 2 runs at the end of 2 complete innings. It's Garber 2, Pinconning nothing. Back in a moment for the 3rd inning on Bay County TV.
At Covenant Healthcare, we lead with the most advanced technology. We lead with the most experienced, comprehensive medical and surgical teams. We lead with partnerships to teach our future doctors, and with organizations who help us bring world-renowned care close to home. We lead because our patients are at the center of everything we do. Covenant Healthcare, extraordinary care for every generation.
Back here for the top of the 3rd inning. Jeff Doan, glad to have you along this afternoon from Dow Diamond. Dakota Mays will lead off the top of the 3rd inning for the Pinconning area Spartans. That's Kwapaszewski on the mound. And that first offering is a bunt attempt that goes foul. No balls and 1 strike. Carson Kwapaszewski has had a nice start to this game. He was given a 2-run lead in the bottom half of the 2nd inning. No balls and 2 strikes as Dakota Mays swung right through that 2nd offering. No balls and 2 strikes. We'll see what Carson comes up with here. There is a high pop fly, and it's going to be taken by the 3rd baseman, Tommy Shapansky. And the freshman up on the varsity making a nice easy play, takes charge on that. Nice loud call that I've got it. And with 1 out here on the top of the 3rd. Another foul ball. Looks like Blake Schumann in the number 9 position. And the right fielder. See what he can make happen here with a no ball and 1 strike count, 1 out. Just on the outside part of the plate, just missed. 1 ball and 1 strike. Shapansky playing even with the bag at third. He's not so certain there's not going to be another bunt down, and he's guarding against it. And strike 2 is Blake Schumann. Watch that ball go down the middle of the plate, right at the knees. With a 1 ball, 2 strike count. That ball just misses on the inside. Schumann stays alive with a 2 ball and 2 strike count. Again, here in the top of the 3rd inning, 2 balls and 2 strikes. 2s are wild as Garber's got a 2-0 lead. That ball just a little bit low. Schumann does a nice job of holding off. Count is full. Schumann is another very quick runner, so Garber wants to keep him off the bases if they can. Blake Schumann gets the free pass, and he's on his way to first base.
Now batting for Pinconning, number 2, the center fielder, McGillen.
Hunter McGillen back to the top of the order. Comes up to bat with 1 out. And a very speedy Blake Schumann on first base. See if he's going to test O'Brien's arm. Nice first strike that time for Carson Kopaszewski. No balls and 1 strike on Hunter McGillen. Again, having a pitch out of the stretch. Schumann gets back easily. Sometimes you just get that token toss back over to first base, even though there's a little purpose behind the speed of it. Just kind of let them know that you're thinking of them. I'm watching for Schumann right now to see if he's thinking about it. He was leaning to second. He's able to get back. This might be to Hunter McGillen's advantage, as Carson Kopaszewski's definitely got his mind on Schumann at first base. There's one. Shapansky with a easy play to second. Just a little bit out of the way. Noah Clairhout had to go wide of second base to get that. By the time he regrouped and gathered himself, the throw to first was late. Still getting that first lead runner is important. And now Darren Labine will be up next. 2 down now. Still Blake Schumann at first. There's an easy stroll to second base. As Braden O'Brien says, man, it's like Death Valley back there trying to go find that ball. There's definitely a lot of room to roam. If that ball gets behind the catcher more than 10 or 12 feet, then it should be a pretty easy stroll for anybody to pick up the extra base. That ball just misses on the outside part of the plate. 2 balls and no strikes. Again, 2 outs in the top of the 3rd. Garber on top, 2-0. Carson Kopaszewski just got ready to start his windup. McGillen decided he might just need a second to regroup. Ball fouled off. 2 balls and 1 strike. Excuse me, that's Labine. And again, those white numbers, very, very hard for us to pick up. We got to get some darker outline to those numbers for these old peeps. 3 balls and 1 strike. As Labine does a nice job. Darren ahead in the count. He should get a good pitch to hit here. That's ball 4. So now 2 runners on. A little late rally here in the top of the 3rd inning.
Number 3, the first baseman, Blue.
Mason View is going to have an opportunity now with 2 on and 2 out. See if he can get a base hit or find a gap. Very capable. Another first pitch off-speed curveball. Carson Kwapaszewski just snapped a Charlie there, and View was not expecting it, couldn't pull the trigger. See if Kwapaszewski's going to double up here. He brings it back down, and he's going to regroup, go through the signs again. Ball outside. 1 ball and 1 strike. Mason View, the number 3 hitter, and first baseman. A couple of ducks on the pond with an opportunity to see if he can get Pinconning on the scoreboard. Nice job of getting back to second base for Blake Schumann. And it looks like Spencer Mahar's just a little gimpy. I don't know if he twisted his ankle somehow trying to get to the second base. And going into third. And Schumann overslides the base. Second time this game that has happened to a Pinconning area Spartan, and that will end the top half of the 3rd inning. And their little mini rally go to the bottom of the 3rd, 2-0, Garber over Pinconning. Back in a moment on Bay County TV.
Sports give so many opportunities to kids. It gives them an opportunity to see where they fit within a team, persevere, understanding how to work with different personalities. Those are the lessons that will make you a successful adult. As a mom, you have to have an understanding of what concussions are.
Concussions are things that are treatable. If we take care of athletes, they will be able to develop and have a long, happy, healthy life.
Back here on Bay County TV, Jeff Doan, glad to have you along for this great afternoon matchup at Dow Diamond between the Pinconning area Spartans and the Garber Dukes. Looking at our 2 umpires for this game. Looks like Eric Zawacki behind the plate. We didn't get the officials' names, but looks very much like Eric. Doing a nice job behind the plate. Going to the bottom of the 3rd inning. It's Campo on the mound, and what a nice off-speed curveball at 59 miles an hour. Kind of got fisted, but the ball going in between the outfielders. Blake Schumann with a nice job of running it down. As Eric Fournier is the...
Next up for Garber is the center fielder, number 7, Hugo.
Logan Hugo. He will be the next hitter. Campo out of the windup. Just a little bit low, ball 1. 1 out here in the bottom of the 3rd. Garber's got a 2-0 lead thanks to a 2-run second inning. That ball's foul and out of play. Rattles in between the 4th and the 5th row. That's the thing, these baseballs certainly don't take well to being popped into the cement. As the next off-speed offering, Labine gets it in stride. Nice little flip over to first base, and we've got nobody on and 2 down here in the 3rd inning.
For Garber, number 25. McMartin.
Grant McMartin now comes up, the DH. As Logan Hugo could not get on base, so McMartin comes up with 2 outs and nobody on. Nice fastball that time by Campo. His fastballs are running in the low 70s, but the high 50s on his off speed. Just enough to keep the batters off balance. And there is a pitch that kind of goes off the catcher. Eric does a nice job of walking slowly to the mound to flip up that next ball for the pitcher. And he has a little chat with the catcher to ensure that all is well. No balls and 2 strikes is the count on Grant McMartin, the designated hitter. Just on the outside, just missed. 1 ball and 2 strikes. Again, 2 down here in the bottom of the 3rd inning. McMartin looking to get a base runner for the Garber Dukes. Strike 3 on the outside corner. McMartin took that pitch, thought it was just outside, but it was a great pitcher's pitch. And no runs, no hits, no errors, and nobody left on base at the end of 3. It's Garber 2, Pinconning nothing. Back for the 4th inning in a moment here on Bay County TV.
Our smiles can light up a room. Our work can light up an entire city. We're the men and women of the IBEW, working with a code of excellence that guarantees the job will be done right, on time, and safely. We're lighting the path to the future. Let us show you just how bright that path is.
Back for the top of the 4th inning, Mason View comes back up to bat with a fresh count. He was at bat when Blake Schumann overslid 3rd base and was tagged out to end the 3rd inning. So View hits a nice, high, lazy fly ball. And the center fielder, Logan Hugo, says, I got this one in my sights. Very routine catch. 1 up and 1 down here in the top of the 4th inning. Colin Sackrider, the 3rd baseman, hitting in the cleanup spot. Looked like he was looking to get a bunt for a base hit. Just trying to get something happening here for Pinconning. Took the pitch low. And that one was fouled. Might have gone off of his tootsies. As he'll take a minute and try and shake that off. But I'll tell you what, once those tootsies start barking, you can't stop that in a hurry. You just got to try and block it out, refocus on the at-bat, and hope you can run it off as you get an extra base hit. One right back to the pitcher. Easy play that time for Carson Kropaszewski. Sends it over to Braden Kukla. And we have 2 up and 2 down here in the top of the 4th. Ball just outside. Braden O'Brien. He's the catcher. Trying to get a rally going with 2 outs here in the top of the 4th. 1 ball, 1 strike. Is that ball on the outside corner? O'Brien looks down at Casey Pashik, first-year coach of the Pinconning area Spartans, whose team is 9-2 overall. And 7-0 in the league, and a nice line drive to left field. Eric Fournier had a beat on it the whole way. No runs, no hits, no errors, and nobody left on base. We've played 3.5 innings. It's still Garber 2, Pinconning nothing. Back in a moment for the bottom of the 4th on Bay County TV.
There's just one place where students are students first, and athletics are played with purpose and perspective. That place is your local high school. High school sports offer more than the joy of competition. Studies show that student athletes are also likely to enjoy greater levels of achievement in other areas of their lives, including academics. High school sports. a winning part of a complete education.
Back here for the bottom of the fourth inning, Coach John Jesmonka, who's 15-5. Garber Duke 6-0 in the Tri-Valley. Both these teams with very successful starts and both undefeated in conference play. So a clash of the Titans here in the Tri-Valley here at the end of the first week of May. Garber up to bat in the bottom of the fourth. Campo's first offering is an off-speed pitch at 60 miles an hour. Eric Fournier just got a piece of it and set it softly down the right field line. He times this one and goes back up the middle. Hunter McGillen tried to get that ball as he could not. A nice job by Blake Schumann to get over there in a hurry. But that's not until Fournier cruises in with a stand-up double to start the bottom of the fourth inning. Braden Kukla, the first baseman, hitting in the number 6 spot today, has an opportunity to either drive in a run or advance the runner to third base. Ball just a little bit low, 1 ball and no strikes. Campo's fastballs have been anywhere from that 74 to 76 mile an hour range and high 50s to low 60s on his off-speed offering. 2 straight fastballs. This one at 74 miles an hour is just a little bit out of the zone. 2 balls and no strikes. That ball just comes in a little bit high. Fournier with 3 straight fastballs, thinking that the batters might be looking for that off-speed pitch now. Is trying to shake things up. Now at 3-0, right down the middle. So it's 3 balls and 1 strike. Just swinging through it. It is full count now. Braden Kukla with the full count. Swings through a fastball and 74 miles an hour. Couldn't catch up with it.
Number 14, the second baseman, Shapinski.
First out of the inning. And Shapinski's the batter. It's a lazy little pop fly. Nice job that time by DJ Labine. He pulls it in, and that is out number 2 in the bottom of the fourth inning.
Batting for Garber, number 20, Fournier.
So Fournier the hitter. Campo trying to get out of this inning. Just outside. Leadoff double here to start that second inning. Still stranded at second base, though. Swing and a miss by Fournier. 1 ball and 1 strike. Campo a little outside with the offering. Making the count 2-1. Another one comes right back, and it's a good thing that they've got that plexiglass in front of me, because I'd have got that one right square between the old eyeballs. I didn't even flinch, though, so I just wanted you guys to know that it was routine. If I had my mitt and the window was open, I could have had a souvenir. High and tight pitch is strike number 3 at the end of 4 innings. It's Garber 2, Pinconning nothing. Back in a moment on Bay County TV.
You treat your family with extraordinary care every day, which is why when it comes to their health, more of you choose Covenant Healthcare. We specialize in extraordinary care, from diagnosis to recovery, from babies to grandparents. Learn more about our extraordinary bariatrics program. Sign up for our free seminar.
Back here at the top of the 5th inning as we take a peek at Carson Kwapaszewski, as he's thrown a gem to this point in the ball game. Really baffled the hitters from Pinconning. The first pitch is a little bit low. Pinconning hasn't done themselves any favors. They've had 2 stolen bases where they've overslid the base and been tagged out after successfully swiping the bag. It's just potentially taken them out of a couple innings. See what they can do to get things rolling here in the top of the 5th. Just outside. Two balls and 2 strikes. Here's Braden O'Brien trying to start a rally in the 5th inning for the Pinconning area Spartans. Just misses outside. Count is full at 3-2. Wind up in the pitch. Just a little dribbler that's foul. And we'll come back and do it over again. Braden O'Brien gets his little sprint, the old 90 feet sprint down to first base, and he gets to come back and try it again. Camden Fisher got out of his crouch in a hurry to go down, and as soon as he was certain that that ball was foul, you just take your mitt and you slap that ball foul so that you touch it before it has a chance to go back fair. And strike 3 as Carson Kwapaszewski starts off the top of the 5th inning with a strikeout.
Number 14, Levine.
DJ Levine comes up with 1 out and nobody on here in the top of the 5th. A little bit high. Carson Kwapaszewski may have overthrown that a little bit, as DJ is a little shorter than some of the hitters, so you really got to zero in on that strike zone. Kwapaszewski with a nice adjustment. It's 1 ball and 1 strike after that 1-0 offering was fouled back on the third base side.
Correction, number 25, Campo.
Oh, so they got Campo up to bat. Now they're going to have 3 balls and 1 strikes. And ball right down the middle. Campo, he was taking that pitch all the way. Count is full, 3 balls and 2 strikes. Second strikeout of the inning as Carson Kwapaszewski just reaches back and rears back and lets it fly. Campo couldn't catch up to it. So 2 strikeouts and 2 batters here in the top of the 5th inning. Kwapaszewski's looking strong here through 4 2/3. That Ball just a little bit behind. And Eric Zawacki says, I'll go for a little mini stroll and pick that one up and stick it back in the bag. 2 balls and no strikes. It's a great pitch that time by Carson Kopaszewski. He wants to make sure you're not leaning out over the plate looking for that outside pitch, and he comes right down Broadway with a 2-0 offering. It's 2 balls and a strike. Oh, and he snaps off a little Charlie there, the off-speed curve at 67 miles an hour. Was effective, and a pitch is up high. Looks like we're going to a full count. The full count pitch is fouled off. Again, out of the windup and the pitch. A lazy foul pop fly. Plenty of room that time for Brayton Kukla. And 3 up and 3 down here again as we go to the bottom of the 5th inning. Garber still clinging to that 2-0 lead. Back in a moment for the bottom of the 5th on Bay County TV. So your car is getting towed and you're not sure where to take it? Try Village Towing and Auto Repair. Our expert mechanics are here to help assist you with all your repair needs. We have over 30 years of experience with motor vehicles, so you know you're getting the best work that you can find. Stop by the shop at 2377 South Huron Road in Coquitlam, or give us a call at 989-684-9607. Welcome back for the bottom of the 5th inning. I'm Jeff Doan, glad to have you along at that beautiful Dow Diamond scoreboard out there. Tells the story. 2 runs in the 2nd inning for Garber. Goose eggs on the rest of the scoring. Spencer Mahar will be the batter for Garber, as he sees what he can do to start the rally off in the bottom of the 5th for Garber. Pitch just a little bit low. Campo really mixing his pitch as well, trying to keep these Garber Dukes off balance. There's one into the hole. The Beans really going to have to let it fly and can't quite get him. That's a really tough play for a shortstop when you got to backhand it in the hole and then try and get enough on the throw. Levine did a great job. He just could not get it there in time. As it looks like Kopaszewski will be the batter. So Kopaszewski looked like he was ready to try and put a sacrifice bunt on, and Colin Sackrider was so close he could have shook hands with him by the time he got to the pitch to home plate. And the throw down to second is not in time. And a nice job of getting to third base. And then the ball gets by in a manufactured run. Stolen base. The ball gets away from the second baseman. Late throw to third. Into the dirt. Colin Sackrider can't scoop it up. And just that easy. They end up with an infield single and 3 bases after that. And there is a gift run for the Garber Dukes. Ball down the left field line, probably going to be foul. And boy, you look down those lines, and as the stands jut out just past the bullpen, there's not a whole lot of room down the left or right field foul line. 1 ball and 2 strikes. And Carson Kopaszewski trying to help out his cause, as he has pitched a gem through 5 innings for Garber. Now seeing if he can get on base. 2 balls and 2 strikes, as that's a little bit high and outside. Kempo doing a nice job for Pinconning, giving them an opportunity to keep them in the game. And the pitch is inside, full count. As that wind coming off of the bay has just got Old Glory whipping out there. So with a 3-2 count, here it comes. Nice little looping single to right field as Schumann gathers it in on the first hop. And it gets it back into the infield. Carson Kwapaszewski does a nice job as the leadoff hitter. Not the leadoff. After the run scored, he's the first runner back on base. He'll be like the second leadoff runner on base. Runner on first and nobody out. Foul ball. Just a little bit high and outside. One ball and one strike. Another foul right straight back. One ball and two strikes the count. High pitch, swung at and missed for strike number 3. One out here in the bottom of the 5th.
Now batting for Garber, number 7, the center fielder, Hugo.
So now the center fielder, Logan Hugo, has an opportunity to extend this 3-0 lead. Number 3 hitter with a whole lot of power. Waiting for that first offering. No throw down to second base. Great job by Kwapaszewski, and by the time O'Brien got that ball, he realized there was no sense in even letting it fly. Hugo with a swing and a miss. Waiting on the 0-2 offering. Right on the outside corner, and Hugo thought that it was going to be outside and gave up on the pitch. Campo with a beautiful job. As the designated hitter, Grant McMartin, comes up with a runner in scoring position and 2 down for the Garber Dukes. Just a little bit tardy on a 73-mile-an-hour fastball as that ball goes up, and we'll come back down the walkway, trickle back down towards the fans as McMartin is in an 0-1 count. Has a little lazy fly ball to left field. Beat on it for Dakota Mays, and that'll do it for the bottom of the 5th inning. At the end of 5, it's 3-0 Garber over Penny. Back for the top of the 6th on Bay County TV. AAA Transport and Limousine is the Great Lakes Bay region's most reliable and requested transportation service. For over a decade, we have been helping our clients to get to their destination on time, in style, and comfort. AAA's services include non-emergency medical transport, wheelchair accessible, school transportation, and shuttle services. We strive to provide exceptional customer service and tailor our fleet to meet your individual needs. Rest assured that you are in safe hands when you ride with AAA Transport and Limousine. To set up your next appointment, give us a call at 989-893-8294. Back here for the top of the 6th inning, Jeff Doan, glad to have you along here from Dow Diamond as Blake Schumann is going to be the first batter, the number 9 hitter for Pinconning, and we know he's got speed to kill. He just has to find some way to get on base. Good eye at the plate, takes ball 1. Blake, another great football player up there. A lot of these kids are multi-sport athletes. Pitch just on the outside corner. And now John Jasmanka comes out. I don't know if he officially let the world know that Cameron was coming in to pitch. That pitch is a little bit high. 3 balls and no strikes. Not the way you want to start things off if you're pitching. Cameron throws a strike. 3 balls and 1 strike right now. 71-mile-an-hour offering on that last pitch. Schumann trickles the ball down to second base, gathered up by Mahar, and we are going to have 2 out. Or excuse me, the first out. Went by so fast. Hunter McGillen will be the hitter now with 1 out. McGillen's been on base once, but got caught stealing at second base in the first. Nice off-speed offering of 61 miles an hour. Not wasting any time, coming right straight back. Cameron says no time to waste on the mound here. Let's get this rolling. No balls and 2 strikes on Hunter McGillen. As the ball gets by him, McGillen's very quick. And he's going to get to first base. So Hunter does find a way to get on as the 0-2 pitch is swung on and missed and gets away from the catcher, Braden O'Brien. McGillen puts on the Jets and gets down to first base, and he'll see if he can start a rally for those Pinconning area Spartans. Ball just outside. Cameron now having to throw out of the stretch with that runner on first base. On the outside corner for a strike. Ball hitting the hole at third. What a great backhand. Safe at first base, just beating the relay throw. Drew Chartier does a nice job of getting that over to Mahar. And the return throw to Kukla, not quite in time. But with 2 down, Mason View comes to bat. Big physical specimen for the Pinconning area Spartans. Off-speed pitch, just misses low and away. 1 ball and no strikes. If he's looking for 1 pitch he can try and put into orbit. Again outside. As Cameron's first 2 pitches were low and outside. He wants to do everything he can to keep that out of the Mason View wheelhouse. And on the outside corner of the plate, 2 balls and 1 strike. Let's see if his consistency pattern stays to the outside. That's exactly what he's doing. He is not giving Mason anything on the inside third of the plate that he can rotate those hips and see if he can launch. Wind still coming out of the east-northeast now as it switched a little bit. There's a base hit for View. As the left fielder Eric Fournier flips that ball back in. So now Colin Sackrider has an opportunity to put a dent in this 3-0 deficit with 2 outs and 2 runners on. Let's see if Colin can catch up to 1. Ball just a little bit low. 1 ball, no strikes. Game very quickly moving along, already here in the top of the 6th. Ball on the outside corner. As Cameron has done a really nice job of just staying away from the hitters. Colin, again, he's looking for something over the heart of the plate or the inside third that he can turn on. Great job that time by Camden Fisher. Keep that ball in front of him, keep both runners from advancing. It's 2 balls and 1 strike. Pretty good hitters count. Ball outside. So Cameron's getting himself into just a little bit of trouble here. And Sackrider's getting awful excited right now. He should have a nice pitch to hit. He does have a nice pitch to hit. And there's going to be an out made at third base to end the top of the 6th inning. We've played 5.5. It's Garber 3, Pinconning nothing. Back in a moment for the bottom of the 6th on Bay County TV.
Hi, I'm Zoe, and today I'm here to change your outlook on becoming a referee. Sometimes being a referee can be hard work, but I'm here to tell you that the positives far outweigh the negatives. Just think of the impact you could have on the younger generation, the laughs you could share, and the lives you could change. There's an unofficiated game that needs you.
Back for the bottom of the 6th inning, Jeff Doan. Glad to have you along here from Dow Diamond, Essexville, Garber, and the Pinconning area Spartans. As Garber comes up in the bottom of the 6th inning to see if they can add to that 3-0 lead. As Eric Zawacki had to go back and pick up that stray ball. And so now we're ready to go. Looks like Camden Fisher is the batter. Campo just a little bit high and wide with that 59-mile-an-hour off-speed pitch. Comes right down the middle with a fastball. And that one is fouled off by Camden Fisher. 1 ball and 1 strike. Ball up the middle. Hunter McGillen decides to play it on 1 hop. And Camden Fisher with a leadoff single here to start the bottom of the 6th.
17, Kukla.
Braden Kukla, the first baseman, the number 6 hitter, is now up to bat with a runner on first. Looking to bunt again. As Garber has had many attempts to get that sacrifice bunt. As Colin Sackrider is playing in close. And that ball is down the first baseline. It's fouled, so we'll go back and start it over. 1 ball and 1 strike, nobody out here in the bottom of the 6th inning. Braden Kukla, again the first baseman, trying to advance his teammate. Campo, a little token toss back to first base. Here's the pitch, just a little soft pop-up. DJ Labine backs up a few steps, gathers it in, first out of the inning.
Second baseman, number 14, Shapansky.
It's Tommy Shapansky who will bat. With 1 out. Throw down to second base, not in time. Garber gets a stolen base. And the freshman Tommy Spensky has an opportunity to drive in an insurance run here with 1 ball and no strikes and 1 out. Swing and a miss. 1 ball and 1 strike. He was seeing if he could send that thing into downtown Midland the way he swung at that last pitch. He really let it go. A little lazy pop fly again. Levine, for the second time this inning, gets a nice little soft pop up. There are 2 down now.
Now batting for Garber, number 11, Cameron McNally.
Cameron McNally will have an opportunity to hit here with 2 down. Ball fouled out of play. That thing goes all the way outside the stadium. I always cringe because I drove today, so I don't want to have an air-conditioned window on the way home. There's a play. Levine at short. He says, I'm going to make all 3 plays in this half inning. We've completed 6 innings of play. It's Garber 3, Pinconning nothing. Back for the final 3 outs here for the Pinconning area Spartans in the top of the 7th on Bay County TV.
It doesn't matter what kind of weather. It doesn't matter what time of day or night. When Mother Nature's done her worst, the only thing that matters to us is keeping the lights on for you. The hard-working men and women of the International Brotherhood of Electrical Workers, dedicated to keeping the power on in communities across the country. Because when bad weather strikes, we know what matters most. The IBEW, the power professionals.
Back for the top of the 7th inning, Hayden LeBrun will be the new pitcher for the Garber Dukes to see if he can close it out. Pinconning area Spartans down to their last 3 outs in this first of 2 from Dow Diamond. Jeff Doan, just pleased to have you along here as the lights have been on since about 4:45, as it is just a windy, overcast, chilly day here at Dow Diamond. But anytime you're at Dow Diamond, it's a beautiful opportunity for these kids to play ball. Hayden LeBrun with a first pitch strike. He comes back with a shot right straight to third base. Shapansky with a nice long throw across to first base. To Braden Kukla, 1 up and 1 down in the top of the 7th.
Number 7, Norman.
As the batter now for Pinconning, number 7, Norman, will come up to see what he can do to extend this 7th inning. Pinconning down to a couple of outs. Hayden LeBrun just a little off on that first offering. 1 ball and no strikes. 1 ball and 1 strike as that ball hit the outside corner. So Hayden LeBrun even in the count at 1-1. Boy, just pulls a 58-mile-an-hour changeup for strike number 2. 1 ball and 2 strikes. Just a little bit high, 2-2. Kind of a purpose pitch, seeing if he can get a swing and a miss on the high offering. Now he'll go back to work at 2-2. There's a little lazy pop fly. Perfectly played that time by Van Octon.
Up to bat for Pinconning, number 14, DJ Levine.
As DJ Levine comes up now, the final opportunity. Way outside. Nice job by Camden Fisher to even collect that one in. Just a little bit outside again. Tried to frame that pitch, but when you frame that pitch and you move the glove, you're not going to get that call very often, as it's 2 balls and no strikes. That one on the outside corner of the plate, 2 balls and 1 strike. That was the 71-mile-an-hour pitch. Pitch just outside again. As Hayden LeBrun has that count at 3-1 right now. Pinconning just looking to get base runners, so they have an opportunity to get some runs. And there is ball 4.
Now batting for Pinconning, number 6, Janowski.
So Janowski comes up to bat now with an opportunity. With 2 outs, be his first opportunity in the game. And Janowski says, I just need a second to get comfortable here. LeBrun, he's ready to go. Pitch outside from LeBrun. And you see the pitchers after the last couple innings, they're blowing on their hand after almost every pitch, trying to stay warm and keep that feeling. And Janowski was going to take a pitch until he got a strike. It's 1 ball and 1 strike. Janowski with a shot to short. Quick flick to second base. And that will do it, as the Garber Dukes take the first game of the doubleheader 3-0. We'll be back to put the wraps on this one in just a moment on Bay County TV.
Over the years, he's put his heart into being your dad. He was always there to fix things. Now that he needs help, don't lose hope. Covenant Center for the Heart is leading the way in minimally invasive heart options for inoperable or high-risk patients, with the first and most comprehensive structural heart disease program in the Great Lakes Bay region. It's extraordinary heart care, close to home.
Welcome back to our post-game show here on Bay County TV. I'm Jeff Doan, and we saw a great game today where the Garber Dukes pull out a very impressive 3-0 victory over the Pinconning area Spartans. A couple of rallies by Pinconning, had stolen bases, overslid the bag, and ran themselves out of a couple innings. But the Garber pitching, other than that, was very, very good today. And they pitch a shutout as they come away with that big 3-0 victory, making them on the season 16-5, as they have just been off to a great start. It's been a pleasure having you along, much like football weather out there, not basketball or not softball. No controlled environment of basketball, and it's certainly spring at its best in the state of Michigan. So glad that you could be along and enjoy the game tonight. Again, our final score, Garber 3, Pinconning 0. Have a great night, and we'll talk to you soon.